Welcome back. Today is New Year's Eve 2021, the final day of the year. I'm excited for next year. I just have a good feeling that next year is going to be a great year. I hope it is for everybody. I haven't done a video in the last week because life's been kind of crazy in Fairbanks and I don't really know how to document it. We had 3 winter storms come through. The first one started on Christmas and it dropped a foot of snow, and then the very next day we had about 2 inches of rain, and then the next day more snow, another foot or so. And so life in Fairbanks has been pretty difficult for a lot of people. Our power was out for 3 days at our house and 4 days at our Airbnb. I was able to get a generator for the Airbnb. We already had one for our house, so nothing froze up, thank God. I do know people whose power just came back on today. It's been 6 days with no power. Sunday night after the rain, I actually slept in my truck in the parking lot of Kramer's Migratory Bird Refuge, which is where I'm at now. There's a nice viewing lot where you can look out over the field and see the geese and the cranes and the ducks and all that in the summer. In the winter, it's just a big open field. I'll show you some pictures of it and what it looks like in the summer as well. But I slept in my truck here because the roads were so bad. I went into town to get some fuel for our generator and I couldn't get back to my house. And I couldn't get a hotel because the same thing happened to hundreds of other people and every hotel in town was booked solid. So that was an adventure. Wasn't really that difficult though, or really that uncomfortable because I sleep in my truck a lot of times when I go hunting. So that wasn't an issue. It's the last week of 2021 and it's going out in a fitting manner. One thing that's kind of neat about all this snow is that it forces moose into town where they can walk on the roads. It's easier for them to walk on the roads, and so they come into town. And so there has been a lot of moose in town. I have a video that my friend sent me of a moose just walking down the road in front of his truck, and he wasn't chasing it, I promise. He was just driving down his road trying to get to his house. But the moose was in the road. And that happens a lot. I've seen probably a dozen moose over the past 2 or 3 days, and that is a lot more than normal. So Christmas was wonderful. We just took it easy and stayed in the house all day. I actually stayed in my pajamas, me and the kids. My wife got up and got dressed and did her makeup and hair and clothes and all that because she's classy. But I actually combed my hair so that way I didn't look silly in pictures. But it was nice. We ate some delicious food. For dinner, we had a prime rib that I made. And for breakfast, my wife made biscuits and gravy. It was actually like rolls and gravy. She makes these rolls from scratch that are delicious. And then this gravy, sausage gravy, oh my goodness, it was so delicious. We had it on Thanksgiving for breakfast, and I asked her if she'd do it again for Christmas, and she did. Then we did presents, and it was just nice. I got a new hat. There's my hat. I also got these new gloves. They're called Giver? Yeah, Giver. These are awesome. They're cowhide. They look, see how worn they look already? They were brand new just a few days ago, and that's how much shoveling I've done. That'll tell you something. But, oh, I also got a new, it's a hoodie, a pullover, not a hoodie, it's a pullover. Really warm, it's Carhartt, it's very nice. And, yeah, it was a nice day. So I'll try to include some pictures. I'll include some pictures of the snow and maybe of the moose and some videos. And we can see what comes of this video.
Okay, so today we're supposed to get 10 to 12 inches of snow on top of freezing rain. And I, in my, nearly 30 years of living in Alaska, have never seen ice do this to a tree. Isn't that crazy? It's literally like this night before Christmas thing. It's like popsicles. It's just frozen. And there is this like thick crust layer of ice on top of what we've gotten, like 8 inches of snow. Hi, dog. Crazy. That frozen tree is just so bizarre.
So, I'm not sure if this video is ever actually going to go on YouTube or not, but This evening is turning into quite the adventure. Anybody who lives in Fairbanks, Alaska right now will know what I'm talking about. It is December 26th, the day after Christmas, 2021. And we had a snowstorm last week, and then it doubled down on Christmas. It started snowing again. And then today, it had snowed quite a bit, and then it started raining. And so there is ice everywhere. I literally spent 6 hours snow blowing my driveway and the driveway for our Airbnb. However, the roads are unbelievable. I have lived in Fairbanks my entire life, and I have never seen them this bad. So, to add to all that, we live up in the woods, and the freezing rain has caused a lot of downed trees, which unfortunately means down power lines. So our power went out twice during the afternoon, and then I think for about an hour was the most. And then this evening it went out again. It is currently 11:45 p.m. I am in my truck in town. So at about 9 o'clock, the power had been out for a few hours, and everybody was getting ready for bed, and I realized, maybe I should turn on the generator, or at least make sure it's ready to go if I need it. Sometimes we've had in the past where the power's been out for multiple days. Well, I knew that tonight it was going to get colder, so I figured the roads were going to get icier, and so tomorrow it might be more difficult. Well, I decided, okay, about 9:30, I said, you know what? I'm going to go into town and I'm going to get gas, so we have gas for the generator if we need it. Well, as I start down the road, you'll see clips of what happened. Okay, I am sliding a lot. The road was the iciest I've ever seen. And I live on a hill, so going down that hill was pretty treacherous. And getting back up the hill was darn near impossible. So I started to go to Fred Meyer, and I was going to get some candles and stuff like that just so that I had it so that tomorrow we didn't have to leave. I get to Fred Meyer's and they're closed. They said due to the weather and the terrible road conditions, they closed at 8 o'clock. Well, all right, now what? So I drove over to Walmart. They're closed. So now I'm headed back kind of towards my side of town, and I cannot get traction. I'm in a four-wheel drive truck, but even on a flat road, it's almost impossible. So it is now 11:45. My wife and kids are at the house with no electricity. We have a wood stove to heat our house, so they have plenty of heat. However, we have a holding tank for water, so they have no running water. And I kind of looked around to see if there was any hotels, and apparently from my search online, almost every hotel in Fairbanks is booked solid, because a lot of places, I'm assuming, are filling up with employees or with people in town who can't make it to their houses. Yeah, so like I said, this night is turning into an adventure. I just came to the gas station to get some water, and I am going to go find a nice parking lot and sleep in my truck tonight. It's exciting. Wow. And I did speak to my wife. Her and the kids are warm and safe and just in the dark. In town, the lights are on, it seems like in most places. But hopefully they get the power back on at my house sometime tonight. And hopefully they spread some gravel or something on the road so I can get home in the morning. All right. Have a good night. I know I will. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me over the road noise and stuff, but it is the slickest I think I can ever remember. My truck is basically wanting to go sideways right now, and it's in four-wheel drive. I'm going just about 21 miles an hour on Chena Ridge, and it's not I'm actually really having a very high doubts on whether or not I'm going to make it back up Chena Ridge. I'll be sleeping in my truck tonight. So Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, I am sliding a lot. Okay, so I was just going down a little bit of a hill area, but my truck was wanting to go every way except for where I wanted it to go, and I could not slow it down. So I've got to figure this one out, because now I'm on this hill, and I've either got to go down or I've got to go up, but I don't know what to do. I am very comfortable behind the wheel. Actually, being a professional driver is something that I would love to do. If I could make a living driving a race car or something like that, I absolutely would do it. All that to say, it's not very often that I'm nervous or worried behind the wheel. Even in some really hairy situations I've driven in, I'm never really concerned. But right now, and going down that hill just a few minutes ago, was a little bit unnerving. Still concerned about how I'm going to get back up the hill. Okay, I am recording this because I am on the Johansson Expressway and I am in the wrong lane going the wrong way. So I was going the proper direction, and because of right now I'm moving, but my brakes are on completely. There, I finally stopped. I was going the proper direction, and then because of the slope of the road, the back end of my truck just came out and slid down towards the center median and spun me around. There was 2 cars coming. Thankfully, they both were far enough back that they could slow down and stop before they ran into me, because I ended up being at about a 45-degree angle across both lanes. And so then as I tried to turn around, this is how I ended up facing the opposite direction, and I'm currently trying to turn around, but it's not working. So I might end up having to go all the way back to that intersection, but I'm gonna try to turn around, and you get to witness it. All right, I'm trying to turn, but it's not turning. Thank goodness there is no cars coming. Oh, nope, it's going sideways. Oh, now I'm turning a little bit. All right, I think I might have it. Maybe. Came out. All right, back end's in the snowbank back there, but that's fine. All right, here goes. See if I can go forward again. All right, going forward. Hey, it's working, I think. All right. All right, I made it around. All right, cool. So right up there is where it slopes this way, and that's where it happened. So I'm gonna stay on the high side this time, and hopefully it works. There's a moose right there. That car is not chasing the moose. The moose just happens to be going the same direction that the car is trying to go. There's a car, it looks like, trying to come this way, but there's 2 moose. It's a cow and a calf. So I haven't videoed for the past 3 days because it has been nothing but snow and shoveling and snow blowing and power outage. So our Airbnb has had the power out for 4 days now. Our power came back on yesterday, but this morning I wake up to pretty much blizzard conditions. You can't really tell in the video, but it's darn near 0 visibility. The road I'm actually sitting at, I can't even see it barely across the road. Yeah, this is a fun time. I've lived in Alaska pretty much my whole life, and I've never seen this much snow and warm temperatures and wind like this in my life that I can remember anyhow. All right, I will try to keep you guys posted. This is unbelievable. I literally cannot see anything. I'm totally reliant on the tracks of the vehicles that have gone before me and hoping that they don't just drive off into the ditch, because I have no idea where I'm at.